Yo, welcome to the channel. Here we go. Welcome to the channel. My name is Nate Baker, and I appreciate y'all for stopping by. A little quick introduction of the channel. On this channel, you're gonna get a lot of good information. I'm talking motivation, inspiration, tech, money ideas, entrepreneurial ideas. I've been around the world and I've seen a lot and I experienced a lot. And honestly, I pretty much just want to give back and help my communities that I've been able to experience as I was growing up. And so just a little bit about myself. Actually, this entire video is going to be my journey through who I became, and then give y'all a little bit more details on what we really going to be discussing in this YouTube channel. And so about myself, I grew up in adoption, been adopted since I was 6 months, and grew up in a home. My mom adopted 5 kids total, changed our last names to Baker, and now we're supposed to grow up as a good family. But honestly, there's just a lot of messed up things in that family, and it wasn't good at all. And so if you ever see Matilda, that's kind of like how I felt like I was growing up. Or Meet the Robertsons before he met his real family. Like, that's what it felt like. And it's crazy because my family, I met my real family, and their last name is Robinson. Wild as fuck. So so anyway, keep going. So I was going through adoption. It was a horrible experience. We lived in the hood. We didn't have much money. We struggled a lot, went to hood schools, and I was just like, you know what, I'm tired of living this way. So I said, how am I gonna get better? How am I gonna boss my life up? How can I move forward? And I realized I was blessed with a gift. My teachers actually made me realize it, and they made me realize it because I wasn't paying attention to it. I was still trying to be cool. I was trying to get my street cred. Like I said, we lived on the borderline in the hood. So we didn't live in the hood, but we went to hood schools. And so when I went to school, I tried to prove myself like, hey, I'm the street nigga, I'm hood, I'm tough, I'm yada, 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 trying to prove myself to other people. And so I get kicked out of class. I would get in trouble so much by teachers, talk back to teachers, got in fights, enjoying gangs, all of the 9 yards. And so my experience, it's just like, that's what I thought I wanted in my life. I wanted to be a street nigga. I wanted to get that experience of, or I wanted that love that that street niggas get. So I was like, bet, that's what I'm gonna do. But my teachers, though, they saw this potential in me. They were like, Nate, you're so smart, but you're wasting your potential. And I'd be like, yeah, but nah. And so there was this one school in my hometown called City High School. And City High School is an international baccalaureate school. And for you guys who don't know that, it's just pretty much an international curriculum that these top schools around the world use. And so I'm like, cool. I don't want to go there though, so stop telling me about it. And my teachers would keep telling me like, Nate, you should go there. Like you have great potential. You would do amazing there. And I'm just like, wrong. I'm trying to stay right here. So that's exactly what I did. And City High School was a middle school as well. So my teachers were trying to get me to go to City High School from 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. And I was like, nah, and nah. But in 8th grade, they really like tapped in, and it was like, Nate, we don't want you to go to the hood high school. And I was like, but that's where I'm about to go. All my friends went there. And honestly, fast forward before the 3rd grade, I actually went to white schools. In those white schools, I got bullied. I got held back. The teachers told my mom that I was mentally retarded and I should be in remedial classes. But they gave me a chance by holding me back. And so I got bullied for that too, by the white kids and whatnot. And so honestly, I just was like, I'm done with white schools. I'm never trying to go to a white school ever again. I felt at home when I went to the hood schools. And so when my teachers are trying to get me to go back to a white school, obviously I'm like, wrong. So but it took a life experience to change all that around. And that life experience was me staring down the barrel of a gun. Yes, a gun. I was in the 8th grade. Well, I think I was 13 or 14. I was a young nigga, for real. And honestly, 13, 14 don't even sound like super young to be staring down a barrel of a gun. because my homeboy got shot just the year before in the hip, and he was what, probably 13, 14, or 12, 13, 14. So this was normal. But at that time, I had never been face to face with a gun like that, just staring down the barrel. So what did I begin to do? I began to see everything in my life flash before my eyes, and all I could hear is, Nate, you're wasting your potential. Nate, you're wasting your potential. Nate, you're wasting your potential. And I was like, God, if you give me a chance, if you give me a chance to make it out of this thing, I promise I will, I, will, I won't waste this potential that you gave me. So I'm telling you, where I'm from, if a nigga pull out a gun and point that hoe at you, he pulling that bitch. But the power of God is strong, because I was in that boy praying. And God honestly, like the other nigga was like, yo, you a little nigga anyway. He was like, you ain't even worth this bullet, and put the gun away. Y'all ain't even, shit. He was right. Oh, shit, I ain't worth the bullet. That's what I felt at the time. I'm like, shit, you can tell me whatever you wanted at that point, as long as you ain't pull that trigger. So, shoot, I held up my part of the bargain. God held up his part. I held up my part of the bargain. And so I immediately, that same day, I went inside. I realized that street shit wasn't for me. Like, it wasn't. Like, some niggas got shot and they'd be like, yeah, they'd come back to school. They'd be on Facebook. They'd be on whatever, talking shit like, yeah, that nigga shot me, this, that, and the other. I didn't need to get shot to feel that. Nah, I did not need to get shot. Cat Williams said, when you get shot, don't no bitches come out, don't nobody start playing no music. That's real. And when you face to face with a gun, that's the same thing too. And so I was smooth. And so I honestly learned my lesson at that point. So I'm like, y'all, I went straight in school that day, straight to my teachers, and I was like, yo, let me get them paperwork that you've been trying to give me to get to my mom so I can get into that white school. So they gave me the paperwork, and I ended up taking it and going to my mom, and my mom signing it. Next thing you know, I'm out of there. High school, instead of going to the hood high school, I go to the white high school. So the white high school, when I tell y'all the discrepancies in the school system is so messed up, it's honestly ridiculous. Like, it's so obvious. And the thing is, like, the hood high school, or the hood elementary school, the hood middle school, and the hood high school that I was going to go to was in the same school district as City High School, the white high school that I was going to. But you could tell the whole difference. I mean, at my elementary school and my elementary school and my middle school, I'm telling you, the teachers had to beg us to sit down. They had to beg us to be quiet. They had to beg us to learn. I mean, I watched the TikTok the other day, and it was like, and the teacher was like, it's okay, I'll wait, I already got my degree. Literally, that's how it was. And so, but at the white high school, I'm telling y'all that I got to class and the kids was there 10 minutes early. They was everybody was fighting over who was gonna get in the front row. And I'm like, I'm about to take the back, honestly. but it was culture shock like a motherfucker, for real though. And I was like, wow, this is different. And honestly, I went into that school like I was at my old school. I tried to be a class clown, and I realized that just wasn't, it wasn't the same at that school. I mean, I made little jokes here and there, but people will always look at me like, I'm trying to learn, bro. Like, can you shut up? Obviously, I just look at them back like, I don't give a fuck. But inside, I'd be like, maybe I should be quiet. And so I mellowed out a lot in high school. And it was honestly worth the experience. But I was there, I mellowed out, and I went stupid. I went really stupid, honestly. But at the same time, I might have mellowed out, but I ain't lose me all the way. And so I was still wilding in class. And I remember one time specifically, I called one of my teachers a nigga. He was so surprised. He gave us this thick ass packet like that. And I was like, and he was like, he usually gives us thick packets like that. He usually gave us thick packets like that. It's an international baccalaureate school. So I'm like, okay. But usually he'll give us like a month or 2 months to like review the work and do the work. Tell me why my nigga said, y'all being tested on this in a week. I said, nigga, who? Just like that. And the whole class, I'm talking about the entire class. I'm sitting in the back once again. Entire class. Mr. Boggs, just stunned. I'm like, hello? And bro, So bro, like, Nate, don't say that word again. And in my head, I'm thinking, you don't want me to say that word again because you can't say that again or ever. But it's all right. I digress. I'll let you have it, Mr. Boggs. So I ain't said it again. But I was still wilding out in high school. But at the same time, I was locking down my grades. Like I said, I've like since the 5th grade, I've been smart. I've been tapped in trying to learn, and I wouldn't even say smart. I've been like I just said, tapped in learning. Like I've been trying to figure out the best way for me to learn, the best way that I could learn, because I hated feeling retarded. I hated when the teachers told my mom that I should be in remedial classes, and so I'm like, y'all trash. So fast forward. After high school, I get accepted into the University of Michigan. It's lit, right? So the University of Michigan, I go there, become an alpha, I do my thing. I also graduate from the computer science program. And so, but the computer science program was ridiculously hard though. And honestly, it reflected my true feelings about school, because I already hated school. I hated school in middle school, I hated school in elementary school, I hated school in high school, and I hated school in college. And so it just honestly just reflected that, I guess. And when I went to the university, why? And it reflected that because they didn't know how to teach people like me. You know what I mean? The school system wasn't built for someone like me. It wasn't built for someone like you, most likely. But on some real shit though, they tried to make us take what we're learning in school and like they judge us on it. And if you can't get it, they call you stupid. And it's like, honestly, you telling me, you trying to teach me something that I don't even understand, and you're not even breaking it down for me to understand it, and therefore you gonna tell me I'm stupid. But it's honestly, you're the one who's stupid because you're not breaking it down for me, the one who has never even seen the information to begin with. You feel me? And so, but at the same time, I didn't realize that this was what they were doing in school. I just kept going like, why is this not making sense? And so I had to really remove myself from school a year later, once I left university, and I went to corporate America. And in corporate America, that's when I really got to just be free from school. That was the first time in my entire life at 22 years old that I was done with school. It felt like a whole weight was off my shoulders. And that's how I knew that school was fucked up, because literally after I graduated, I felt relief. Relief. And like it was literally like I had 10 pounds extra on my shoulder. And as soon as I walked across that stage, it was gone. And I'm like, okay, that's a weird feeling, a great feeling, but a weird one. Why did it feel like that? Because learning is fun to me. I love to learn, but school was horrible. And through my process, honestly, at University of Michigan and being at Citibank, working for a while in corporate America, I realized that it wasn't me. It wasn't school, or no, let's see this. It wasn't me who couldn't learn. It was school who couldn't teach. And so I became a self-taught programmer. Yeah, I graduated from the University of Michigan, but honestly, I went to class and I barely paid attention. I studied from 3 a.m. to 9 a.m. almost every day and got my studying out the way. When I went to class, I bullshitted. I didn't give a fuck about class. Like, I went to class to show the teachers that you guys don't even know how to teach, and I don't even care to pay attention, and I'm going to ace y'all exams, and I'm going to ace y'all projects, and I'm going to teach y'all classes, which I ended up doing. I taught computer security, and I taught intro to programming to grad students. So I went from failing classes because I was focused on how they were trying to teach me, and then now I'm passing classes because I'm focused on myself and how I best learn. So it really got me thinking, for real. Think outside the box. You see, in life, they put us in this whole box. They put us in this box, and they say you can only do certain things within these limits. And I'm like, okay, who said that? Because I'm a Christian. And I don't know if I'm a Christian for real, I'm more spiritual, but I grew up in Christianity. So I'm gonna just say I'm a Christian, but y'all know. I'm a Christian. And God told me, Like, I got infinite possibilities. As long as I tap in with him, I can do whatever I want to. But here I am in life, and I want to do whatever I want to, and you tell me I can't. I say I want to be a billionaire, and people look at me and smile and laugh and say, huh, kid, like, immature. Like, nah, God told me I could do this. Why are you telling me I can't? Because they put us in this damn box. They tell us what we can and can't do, and they tell us, and they try to define us. And we don't, the thing about that is we're not supposed to accept anybody else's definition of us. We supposed to make our own definition of ourselves, and it comes straight from God. You feel me? So I had to realize, I had to wake up on some real stuff. And so over the last 7 months, I quit my job 8 months ago at City. I did really well. My first year, I only spent 1 year at City, but in my first year at City, I knocked out 2 web pages from scratch. If you have a Citibank credit card, you log in. After you log in, if you go to the virtual account number page in the quick lock page, I made both of those UIs by myself from scratch. I had a little help here and there, but I made them from scratch. I was the lead developer on those projects for the front end. And so tap in, go look at them if you got a Citibank credit card. But anyway, I left, became an entrepreneur, and tried to follow my dream. And so the whole time I'm thinking, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm trying to become an entrepreneur. But what happened was God set me on a path to strip me of literally everything that I had. I went broke, y'all. I'm talking about my first day of being an entrepreneur and quitting my job. I pulled out of buying this house because I was like, I'm not an entrepreneur anymore, or I'm not working at Citibank no more. I don't got that consistent cheese coming in. So you know what? I'm just gonna pull out of buying this house right now. I was about to buy a 6-bedroom house. Don't ask me why. So, coming soon. But about to buy this 6-bedroom house, and I pulled out. And the I think it was the option period or I forgot what it was, but that period had already passed where I could pull out and get my money back. And so I pulled out, not understanding what was going on, and I pulled out. And when I pulled out, I lost the $4,000 deposit that I had down on the house. So I'm thinking I was going to get this $4,000 back and I'm going to be good. So now I have $2,000, or so now I got like $3,000 in my pocket, because I'm like, I'm going to take $7,000. I should be good for about 3 months. I should be able to make money. My rent was expensive. So I should be able to make money by the end of these 3 months. And so I was like, okay, cool. So I'm pulling the 4,000, but they took it because it was already past that period. So bam, 4,000 gone. So I'm like, I got 3,000 left. But then I signed up for this EDIL business this business grant. I'm thinking I'm about to get the whole little 10 bands, you feel me? And so I'm like, everybody getting it. Like all my entrepreneurial friends are getting it. I'm an entrepreneur. I have an LLC. There's no way I'm not going to get it. And come to find out, I put the wrong bank information on it, like for real. So bang, didn't get the EDIL, but I was assuming that I was going to get it. And so I spent $2,000 in that week, the same week that I lost the $4,000. So I lost $6,000. I really ran through $6,000 in 1 week, and therefore only had $1,000 left for my as I told you, for 7 months. So, and my rent was expensive again. So I was stressed, y'all. Like, I was a little stressed, but I was like, you know what? I'm still gonna go. Like, I want to be an entrepreneur. I'm gonna do this thing. And so going through that process, I realized the process wasn't me about being an entrepreneur. It was about God stripping me of everything and showing me that He has a way. And if you like not even into Christianity, if you into like spirituality, I'm into spirituality a lot. My spirit was telling me that, yo, you need to find yourself. You need to go figure out who you are. And so I spent so many times meditating. I figured out how to meditate. I meditate so well that like I could feel the presence, and I open my eyes and tears are just rolling down my eyes. Like, this is almost on a daily basis at this point now. And it's so amazing and intense. And honestly, I didn't get this experience. I didn't get to experience this until I was really stripped of everything that I had. And so I went from having, I made over 100K my first year working at City with the different side things I was doing and the bonuses I was getting. So I made over 100K, and then I was stripped. I went from $0 in the hood to bang, making like over 100K one year to bang, back to $0. And honestly, being at $0 my entire life would be straight. But then getting that little taste of the nice life is like, okay, this is cool. Like I wasn't paying attention to price tags. I wasn't paying attention to anything. I literally did whatever I wanted. I bought whatever I wanted, went wherever I wanted, never thought about it. It was the first time I ever had this amount of money, and my savings was good. I was investing. I was doing pretty well, honestly. But then, like I said, everything's stripped and I'm back at $0. And a lot of people, if you think about when the stock market crashed and was at '08, and people was throwing themselves out a window because they knew what it felt like to be broke again. Like, and they didn't want that. I'm telling y'all, when I was broke, I was down and out, I was stressed. I'm like, God, help a brother, please. Like, for real though, like, what up though? Like, you gonna help me? Like, I'm looking at God like, nigga, please. Like, me and God converse. Like, I know God. I mean, he understand when I say nigga, I mean, what up? Like, that's it's a term of endearment. But so many people focus on words. But anyway, we digress again. So yes. So I'm like, God, you gonna help? Like, I'm struggling. I need help. Like, yo, I'm coming to you for help. But I would keep praying and keep trying to do stuff, and I realized I wasn't really connecting. And it was really when I started meditating and just chilling out and becoming one with life, pretty much, like learning how to go with the flow of life. That stuff really started taking off, and like my tutoring business started taking off. But before though, I mean, I'm talking 3 to 5 months, I was dead broke. Like, I'm talking $0 in my pocket. I'm talking went in debt because I had to borrow money to pay my rent each month. People telling me, yo, you shouldn't have quit your job, you should have done this, especially inside of a pandemic, yada yada this, yada yada that, you should have managed your money better, this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, look, I ain't trying to hear this shit, but I hear this shit. So I'm hearing it, I'm hearing what everybody's saying. But then at the same time, something switched in my head around month 3.5. Like, before then, I was struggling, I was stressing, I was just trying to make any type of cheese that I could. But at month 3.5, something switched. Like, I don't know, I was watching YouTube videos on how to like self-help and whatnot, and I ain't got no dad, so therefore he in my life now, but I ain't had one before. But I did self-help, and so I watched a lot of YouTube videos on self-help and whatnot, and stuff just started making sense. And God just would wake me up and start telling me to write. And I just write. I'll write about spirituality. I'll be connecting on the different things in life. I'll be understanding. And then I'll finally hit this point where I finally woke up. And I started seeing the world for what it was. And I was like, wow, everything that they taught us in life was a lie. Like, they teach us, that we grow up learning a lie. We grow up living a lie. When they teach us that the world, we fear the world, we fear succeeding, we fear trying, we fear being happy. Most people don't even look each other in the eyes because they're so fearful. Like, it's ridiculous how fearful this world is. And then what God made me realize, and what my spirit made me realize, was, yo, this world is beautiful. Yeah, there's dangers in it, but this world is beautiful. You can be whatever you want. You can be whoever you want. And that's when I realized I'm gonna be a billionaire. And stuff really started taking off for me. Like, I just stopped stressing so much for it, like, get it, and just started going with the flow of life. And still waking up, I would do what God told me to do. He would wake me up at 3 a.m. I kid you not, I would go to sleep probably like 12. I'll wake up at 3 a.m. I don't remember the last 8-hour sleep I had. Like, I don't. LeBron said, tired is a mindset, and I totally understand that now, because I can really go to sleep at 12 a.m. and wake up at 3 a.m. and be up for 2 days without being tired. Like, I've done it so many times, it's almost natural now. Like, staying up for 48 hours for me is easy. Like most people can stay up for 24 hours. And it's just because like being tapped in with the spirit and all that other stuff, it gives you this healthy energy. It's ridiculous. But these are the things that I'm gonna start teaching you about on this channel. And so once again, going through my life, and just things start happening. Like I said, my tutoring business started taking off. I make a website for the University of Michigan. Make a website for a pest company. I build my own website. My LinkedIn is busting. I'm talking about AT&T hits me up, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, the Salesforce, just all these, a plethora of startups. And I'm just like, wow, okay. I'm doing my thing now. And so I'm going through these interviews with everybody, and I finally decide to do Microsoft. And so now I'm like working at Microsoft as a software engineer. And I also have my side business, but it was my main business that started taking off a few months ago, like a couple months ago in December. And that side business, now I tutor. I'm an international tutor. I tutor students in computer science. I'm talking about all over the world. I tutor grad students. I tutor regular students. I tutor old adults. I tutor kids. I tutor in the middle, all over. And that was paying my bills for the last 2 months, and now it's my side business. Now it's my side hustle. I now have a second side hustle that all I gotta do is on the side is go on the side after work. If I need a little extra cheese, I have all 5 stars, over 100 hours of tutoring on the platform, and great reviews. And so my students, like I just get hit up all the time, like, Nate, can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? And so, before that, and the price is $85 an hour. So I'm sitting here helping these students at $85 an hour while also getting a 6-figure bag from Microsoft. And I ain't talking about just right at 6 figures, like you just barely made. I'm talking about 6 figures at Microsoft, and I'm only 24. And before, I was struggling to get all this stuff to happen. I'm like, I gotta get it. Because this world teaches you gotta grind, you gotta sweat, you gotta yada. But you ain't even gotta do all of that. You just gotta listen to the voice in your head. And the voice in your head gonna tell you to do the easy stuff. But the world teaches us to not listen to that voice in our head. The world teaches us to question that voice in our head. And don't question it. Listen to it, because it's gonna take you to the next level. And it's gonna be easy. And you may think waking up at 3 a.m. is horrible, but honestly, a lot of y'all doing a whole bunch of stuff that y'all don't even wanna do right now. And so if your body telling you to wake up at 3 a.m., just wake up and do it and knock it out. And I promise you, you're gonna feel way better at the end of the day. You're gonna be like, I accomplished so much, and I woke up at 3 a.m. Nigga, what time you wake up today? Because that's exactly how I'd be like. But and then when you wake up at 3 a.m., knock it out, and it's 8 a.m., and you're like, wow, I still have my whole day to do more. You can then go BS if you want to. Then you go do whatever you want. Like, you could wake up at 3 a.m. You don't got to stay up the whole time. Like, shoot, sometimes I'll wake up 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. or 3 a.m. to 8 a.m. and knock out work and be like, you know what? I'm going to go back to sleep. Knocked out a whole 5 hours of work. More productive than anybody that woke up yet. And then I wake up around 10. I take it like a 2-hour nap or something. Wake up at 10 with everybody else. And they about to start their day. And they ask me what I'm doing. I'm just chilling. Some people be chilling too. So I'm like, you know what? I chill with y'all. Knowing they ain't did nothing all day. But I already knocked out so much work, y'all. And so on some real, like, it's real life. Like the grind that people are talking about, they call it a grind, but it's really not a grind. It's smooth. It's like, yo, you just gotta listen. And the grind is actually fighting yourself to just listen to yourself. That's where the grind at. Because the work is easy. That voice in your head, it knows how to do it. And if it don't know how to do it, it's gonna figure out how to do it. And it will continue to figure it out. If you don't know how to do what you need to do, that voice in your head will get you to that point to figuring it out. But most people aren't even going to take the chance, because they're going to say, nah, I can't, because the world has told them that they can't. The world has reinforced that they can't. Teachers have reinforced that they can't. Parents have reinforced that they can't. And so they just feel like they can't, but they can, because we are infinite beings. We have infinite potential. And it's ridiculous that we maybe not infinite beings. No, I think we infinite beings, but some people may not believe. But we have infinite potential, though. We can be whatever we want in this world. Jesus walked on water, and Peter also walked on that thing too. Peter was regular human. So at this point, if Peter could walk on water, I could walk on water. And so you could walk on water too. Therefore, you can be whatever the hell you want to be in this world. So don't let nobody define what you can do, who you are, and who you will be. So in this channel, all I'm about to be doing is giving you that motivation to let you wake up and say, I can do this. I can do whatever I put my mind to. Like I said, I started out in the hood and now I'm 6 figures with a whole side business and making $85 an hour on my side business. Like 10 hours on my side business. What is that, like 3 hours a day after I get out of work? Not even 3 hours a day after I get out of work. If I did that 7 days, that's 21 hours. At 85, y'all do the math, but I don't even do that. I be chilling out 2 hours Monday through Friday after I get out of work. Y'all do the math. That's an extra $850 a week. Most people paycheck's not even that. And I'm already getting 6 figures, y'all. I'm telling y'all, it's easy. And I thought it was hard. And I was doing it the way that the world was teaching us of grind, struggle. And then I just stopped and I let life help me and everything just started connecting. And I'm not even done yet. God, keep waking me up. I woke up at 3 a.m. today. 5 a.m. today. Woke up at 5 a.m. today and did my meditations and got to grinding again. I'm out now. I'm about to make these videos. This next what God got me doing. And so I'm going to motivate y'all. And therefore, because I'm going to motivate y'all, I would love it if y'all could hit me with a like, hit me with a subscribe, hit that bell icon, and then comment some things below that y'all are struggling with, that people tell y'all that y'all can't do. Give me just different ideas that y'all want to talk about. I have a lot that I'm already going to talk about, but if y'all got different ideas, I'm getting into spirituality. I'm getting into meditation. I'm getting into the science of meditation and what goes on into your body. I'm getting into how to get into tech. I'm getting into how to write code. Like, I'm so multifaceted, it's ridiculous. And so I'm going to teach you guys so much on this channel. So I would really appreciate if you could like, subscribe, comment different ideas, hit the bell icon, and definitely share the video. I really appreciate y'all stopping by, and can't wait for y'all to see the next video. Peace.